What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Big Dreamers Bible podcast. I'm your host, Tanya Jane. And as you may have noticed by now, the podcast episodes are now bi weekly, which means there is a new episode every second week. And I'm not going to lie, it's kind of crazy not recording an episode and yapping my face off every single week for you guys, especially this past month because I just spent 10 days in London and Spain and I was ahead of the game. I was prepared. So I recorded the two episodes for June in like the first 3 days of June. So I haven't recorded a podcast episode for what feels like nearly a month, which I guess it is, because at the time of this recording, it's June 30th. We're about to enter July. We are now officially halfway through 2026. So I am so excited to be back here with you guys today, to record this episode for you guys today, and talk about something that I've been really passionate about and harping on and on and on about on my Instagram, especially lately, which is things that I want you to look at before you question your messaging. Before you get all up in your head about your messaging, before you edit your sales page for the 80th time, before you stare at your phone and question your captions and double check your captions and spend 3 hours creating one piece of content and then want to throw your phone out the window and be like, I don't even know if I want to do this business anymore. Okay. I want to talk about three things that is going to change the game for the way that you're able to show up, promote your offers, create offers, the way that you can structure your business model, the way that business can feel way more effortless and also just so fucking you. So your unique voice is shining through in every piece of content, in every email. Your unique energetic signatures on every single offer, and people can come across your profile and read your captions, read your content, feel your messaging, and feel you. Okay, not Claude, not ChatGPT. Feel you, not your business coach's strategy or business coach's messaging. This is something that I'm excited to bring to the podcast today because I am bringing this forward because in July, if you haven't been watching my Instagram lately, I have been posting nonstop about something that I'm calling Proximity, which is a 4-week mini mastermind with me. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I love being close proximity with my clients. Okay. I really thrive of sending texts and voice notes, going back and forth, brainstorming. I really thrive of actually being all up in your business. So I enjoy close proximity a lot, which is why I have the Extraordinary Mastermind. And I've had the Extraordinary Mastermind for years and I love it. And the Extraordinary Mastermind had been sold out for a little over a month. We actually have some spots open right now inside the Extraordinary Mastermind. We also have some people eyeing off those spots. So if that was something you were interested in, I would highly suggest sliding into my DMs while there is 2 spots open. There is only 2 spots in that mastermind for the rest of 2026. So once those 2 spots are taken, it will be sold out again for the entire 2026. So if you are interested in the Extraordinary Mastermind and you would like information about that, slide into my DMs. But because that mastermind continues to sell out and it's in such high demand and we have such a blast in there and my clients keep re-signing and we are just thriving in there, I was like, I would love to give people a chance to join a close proximity space with me that maybe isn't as long term. And I would also love to give my SOD clients an opportunity to upgrade into a close proximity space with me for the month. And also, something new that I'm doing with proximity is I'm opening it up to the public. So if you're not an SOD client, or if you're just not a client at all, you're actually able to join and work with me in close proximity for 4 weeks, an entire month, which is why it's called Proximity. So that is happening in July, and we only have, as of the time of this recording, we only have 4 spots left. 4 spots left until it's completely sold out, and we begin on July 6th. Now, let me give you a little backstory of what we're going to be doing inside Proximity, which is also going to tie into everything we're going to talk about in this episode. We're going to be focusing on upgrading your business. So that means your offers, your messaging, your branding, and your sales strategy to actually be a match to the new level of life and identity that you're stepping into now. And then we'll also be upgrading the energetic foundation that's supporting it all so you can scale with ease. Because there's been a conversation that I've been having with my SOD clients, actually. There's been a conversation that I've been having with them while I was in London and Spain around scaling and kind of like the energetic contractions that you can feel while you scale. Meaning like you may want hundreds of clients, but if you look at the way that you're running your business right now, if you had 10 more clients in your one-on-one, or if you had 30 more clients in your group offer, would you freak out? Would your nervous system kind of contract? Would you kind of self-sabotage and be like, I don't know if I want any more clients in here right now, even though you're like, give me the sales, give me the signups, give me the clients, I'm ready for it. There's an energetic foundation that's supporting us as we lead our business. And we need to upgrade that. We need to upgrade that as we lead ourselves in our business and scale our business, right? So we're going to be focusing on kind of doing an overhaul, an upgrade, a makeover on your business, inside your business, but also you as the leader of it, and the energetic foundation that is holding it all together, that glue that's holding it all together. Because you know me, your girl loves success energetics, can't do anything without it, would never even try to touch business without it. So of course, it's going to be a big part about it, a big part of it. But I'm really excited to help you and support you and be so hands-on on your offer creation, on your messaging, on your branding, on your strategy, and figuring out your multi-six-figure pathways and putting them in your business together and really just working alongside of you. So there's only 4 more spots for proximity before it's sold out. So if you want to get the details for that, slide into my DMs. No guarantees by the time this airs on Thursday if there will be spots left. So if you're hearing this, because there's a bunch of people in my DMs about those last 4 spots, if you're hearing this and you would like the details, hit me up fast. Hit me up fast. Okay, let me get into the episode today. So, I have worked with many, many high achieving, brilliant women in business from in all phases of their business. Okay. So from brand spanking new, day one, $0. Day one, when they're like, I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. I've worked and I am still working with clients who are in the earlier phases of their business, going from like that 0 to their first 6 figures, their first 100K. I've worked with clients who are scaling to multi 6 figures per year. So going from like 100K years to 2, 3, 4, 500K years. And then I've also worked with amazing business owners who are at the 7 figures and even 8-figure level who have come to me for success energetics. They have the business, they're making sales, they're popping off, they're successful, but they feel heavy, burnt out, exhausted, disconnected, maybe even a little bored, right? So I've worked with a wide range of incredible badass bitches doing cool shit, building amazing businesses. And something that I've seen again and again and again around this specific conversation, which is your messaging, is this quick reaction, this quick reaction to think that everything's a messaging problem. Your sales are a little stagnant, messaging problem. You're kind of feeling a little out of love with your offer. You're not overly obsessed with it anymore, messaging problem. You're feeling like content got really difficult. It's feeling really heavy. You don't really want to create content. It's taking you for fucking ever to create content. You no longer enjoy content, messaging problem. You're a little bored in your business, messaging problem. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like everything just kind of gets clumped up together in like, it must have been my messaging. And I'm here to tell you, most of the time, it has nothing to fucking do with your messaging. And this is what keeps people stuck in this loop because they keep tweaking, which honestly just drives you fucking mental and not getting either results, or if they are getting results and things are moving, that feeling inside, that disconnect is not fixed. There's still a quote unquote problem. And I say that loosely because there's always going to be things that we can tweak, refine, and upgrade in our businesses. And your messaging, how do I want to say this? Your messaging is the easy part when you have some other things in alignment. So I want to talk about 3 things that I want to make sure you are locked and loaded on, that you have double checked, hand on the motherfucking pulse. Okay? If you're watching this on YouTube, hand on the pulse. Don't look at my nails. They need to get they need to get done. They need to get done. Side note, I thought when I started making more money, because for those of you that have known me for a while, getting my nails done was like one of the first things that I started to do for myself. And that nearly gave me heart palpitations. Okay. $50 to get I wish manicures were $50. They're not anymore. But I remember spending like $50 to get my nails done and literally driving to the nail salon being like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And I thought when I started making more money and actually living and experiencing overflow with finances, this situation, why did my camera do that? If you're watching on YouTube, my camera just fully refocused and zoomed in on my nails. This situation of my nails outgrowing and letting my nails outgrow for a month is just what I do. And I didn't even care. That's the funniest part. I rock outgrown nails and it doesn't even bug me. The only thing that bugs me about it, is I hate that when my nails get so long that it's hard to type on my keyboard, but I don't even care that they're so outgrown. And I thought I would probably be more on top of that. But Anyway, some things don't change. I'll report if I upgrade my fucking standards with my nails, but as of right now, they are the way they've always been. The way they've always been. I don't even know what I was talking about. Let me just fucking pull it together and get back to the conversation. So, your okay, I want you to have that's what, hand on the pulse, okay? Hand on the pulse of your business. Let's talk about these three things that I want you to cross check, double, what is it? Cross your T's, dot your I's before you go, it's my messaging. The first one is, and I'm going to kind of unpack this together with you guys. The first one is, have you had okay. The first one is, let me just read it. You potentially may be running a business in an identity that you outgrew 6 months ago. You've elevated, you quantum leaped, you've had breakthroughs. There's maybe circumstances in your life that have evolved. Maybe you're in a new relationship. Maybe you moved houses. Maybe you upgraded apartments. Maybe you got a promotion at work. Maybe you something changed. Maybe you just had a quantum leap in yourself and you started making way more money in your business. You popped off on Instagram. You got a shit ton of visibility. Like something changed and you have grown into a new version of you. You're leading your life and living your life in a new identity. And this, let me rattle off the three because I can tell I'm already ready to like go on a deep dive. So that's the first one. You potentially may be running your business in an identity that's old. And no messaging problem is going to fix that. Okay. That's a disconnection. Okay. The way that you would fix that is you get to reconnect to the upgraded vision where you do want to go, become forward facing again, and then upgrade your messaging from that point of view, but not from where you're at while you bang your head against a wall, which is your past self, and you're just in an identity that's old. Right. So that's number one. And I'll explain that more. Number two is your messaging may feel flat. You may feel disconnected from your the power of your work. You may feel like everything just is sounding like fucking everyone else. And I don't know if it's my Aquarian side of me because I keep seeing Aquarius shit pop up on my Instagram lately, and I'm like, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. So now my algorithm's giving me a lot of Aquarius shit, but I'm like, apparently Aquarians are very unique and like being, going against the grain, going against the herd. So for me, I don't want to look and sound like anyone else. Looking and sounding like everyone else online literally makes my skin hurt. I just need to be unique. I just have to do it differently. But I've been like this since I was a kid. If everyone's doing something, I'll just go do the opposite. And that feels just right. It feels right. So you may have been creating messaging from a place you may be creating messaging for a conversation that you're not in love with anymore. In your business, you're going to outgrow conversations. When I first started my business, I was talking about mindset. And I was talking about mindset, period, the end. That was it. I was talking about mindset. And I was working with, at that time, at the very beginning of my business, the only people I was working with were dancers. So we were talking about mindset around auditions, moving to LA, going all in on like your big dream, how to like hold your confidence in a class, how to get seen in a class, how to walk into an audition room and fucking own it. I don't talk about that at all anymore. Every now and then, maybe to like some of my clients who are like in acting and still dancing, but like that's not a part of my conversation. Imagine if I kept forcing myself to talk about mindset when it comes to being in an audition room. It would literally make no sense to who I am now. Like I outgrew that conversation, and it's not because that conversation is lower or less than, it's I outgrew it personally. It's no longer exciting for me. Yeah, I have the codes. Yeah, I have the codes, but doesn't mean I need to talk about it. Doesn't mean it needs to stay my brand. And I'm personally someone who needs to be connected and excited and lit the fuck up and passionate about what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it will fall flat. It will be hard. It will sound like anyone else it will sound like everyone else because I really don't give a fuck about what I'm talking about. So my connection to what I'm doing, my connection to my work makes my messaging so much easier. And I keep my hand on the pulse on how I feel about the conversations that I'm having. Because if I get to a point where I'm like, well, okay, let me say this. There is a portion of, a big part of business is repeating yourself. And I have been repeating myself for quite a long time around success energetics and burnout and energetic stamina and emotional mastery and upgrading your success energetics and doing the inner work to upgrade the outer to upgrade your external reality. I've been talking about how to use Success Energetics to upgrade in your business, to 10x your life, business, and bank account. There are a lot of things that I repeat on a regular basis, but it feels good for me to repeat that because I'm still obsessed with it. You know what I mean? Like I'm still obsessed. You know what I mean? I'm still obsessed with the conversation. I'm still so connected and passionate about that. And the day that I'm like, I just don't want to talk about that anymore. I will allow that to be okay because if I don't want to talk about that anymore, there's something else that I want to talk about. There's a new level or maybe a new angle or maybe an upgraded perspective. It doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be an overhaul on everything, but if you've outgrown a conversation or a certain angle on a conversation, like for an example, that mindset, the example I gave around mindset and auditions, the interesting part about that is like the codes are the codes are the codes are the codes, whether you're a dancer or a business owner or in real estate, it doesn't fucking matter. The codes that I was teaching for mindset, obviously back then when I was first in my business, I didn't have as broad of an understanding on what I was teaching as I do now, and I didn't have as many codes as I do now, but the concept of owning a room and how to walk into a room and stand the fuck out and feel so certain, clear, and convicted in who the fuck you are and what you bring to the table, it's the same shit. I'm just talking about it in a different angle, right? So sometimes it's not about like big business pivot, right? Big topic pivot. Sometimes it is, but not all the time. Sometimes people want to go from this is a conversation to I want to have this conversation now in a completely different industry on a completely different niche. You get to do that too, but a lot of the times it's just a tweak in the angle. It's an upgraded approach. It's a refined, it's a refined angle that you want to bring to the conversation. And that's because you've grown and that's fucking amazing. So anyway, that's number two. Your messaging feels flat because you're forcing yourself to have a conversation that you don't no longer resonate with. You don't resonate with that conversation. And for whatever reason, you may feel like you have to keep pushing that, or you feel maybe stuck in a box with that, or you feel like you've had success with that. Your business is working with that angle. You've made six, multi-six, maybe even seven figures on this specific conversation, but it's boring to you. You're bored out of your fucking brain. You feel disconnected. So then from the disconnection, being disconnected from your work and being disconnected from your work and being disconnected from what lights you the fuck up is going to make everything hard. Okay? It's going to make everything hard. It's going to make selling hard. It's going to make writing, creating content hard. It's going to make captions hard, emails hard, doing your work hard because your heart's not in it. You're not connected. You're not connected, right? And overall, before I get to the third point, overall, this is what I feel like I do with clients, and it changes like that. Like that. It changes so fucking fast. And I don't even feel like sometimes I even do anything. Sometimes I feel like this is the analogy I get. This is the analogy again. Sometimes I feel like with some clients, it's a full overhaul, right? Like we're like upgrading the business model, upgrading the offer suite. They've outgrown like a lot, depending on how long they've been ignoring that feeling of disconnect inside, right? And doing exactly what I'm telling you not to do in this podcast, which is hyperfixate on your messaging instead of do the pulse check and be like, oh, I'm a different person. I'm a different person and I want different things and I have more to bring to the table and it sounds like this now, right? Sometimes there's big conversations around that. And other times I feel like the analogy that I have for this is like, imagine you standing. Imagine you standing and you have a little cord, like a lamp. And you're like telling me, I think it's my messaging. I don't know. I really want to like quadruple my sales this year. And I just think my messaging's not hitting. I just don't think my messaging's right because I'm not getting like my content feels hard and things feel difficult. And all I feel like I do sometimes is I literally walk over to your cute little body, which for this example is also a lamp, and I just plug you back into the outlet. And once you're plugged back into the outlet, you are just off to the races. And my clients can attest to this. Like the connection back to who the fuck they are, what they bring to the table, their unique zone of genius, why they're the it girl in their industry, and why they are so obsessed with this work and actually upgrading the vision to be a match to the new level of life that they've been claiming and stepping into. They're connected. They don't really need me to help them with their messaging. They don't need help at all. They can't shut up, actually. They can't shut up. Ideas are flowing. Content is flowing. They're pumping that shit out. They are inspired. They are lit the fuck up. They can't stop talking. They can't stop brainstorming. Ideas are flowing like crazy. And I didn't even fucking do anything. I just plugged them back in. This is how easy things get to be when you are when you are operating in your life and leading your business from a place of connection. Now, the reason why most people do this is because it requires massive intentionality, and you got to be savage with your alignment to that. Connection is your connection to your work, your connection to yourself, your connection to your zone of genius, why you love what you do. And if you're disconnected from any of that, it ripples and leaks into every area of your business and makes things really challenging and annoying and frustrating and difficult. And then we go, I think it's my messaging. But no, you're just disconnected. You've upgraded. You've got new energy that's ready to come forward, and you've got to give yourself permission to do that. But we don't know how to do that if our hand is not on the pulse of where we are at with our current offers, where we are at with our current pricing, where we are at with our current strategy, our offer suite. If things are feeling off and stagnant, pulse check before you change your messaging. Now, let me get to the third thing that I wanted to say. Let me get to the third thing that I want you to check before you touch your messaging. And that is, if you're not in love with your offers, if you're not in love with your offers anymore, it's probably because of two reasons. One, the offer isn't selling. So you're now feeling a little defeated about the offer, or you're feeling disconnected from the offer, or you're just not as excited about the offer because you're not getting that external validation. And I get that, rightfully so, right? So potentially, the offer isn't actually selling, which could be a number of reasons. The offer is not selling. It's not always just about your messaging. There's a lot more like strategy and conversion events and your sales pathways and certain things we can do on the back end to check if it's a strategy thing or an energy thing, or both. Most of the time it's both. Or your offer isn't selling anymore because you're not even in love with it anymore. So there's a subconscious sabotaging going on of like, I don't even want people to join. There has been offers that I've created and sold in my business that have flopped, and I have had a quote unquote fail launch in these past 4 years that I've been doing business. And I remember like my very first mentor said this to me, and I remember also thinking, hope I never experience that. I never experienced that. And I did like 3 times. And she was like, sometimes the offer you created was for you, not for the sales or the signups or the clients. It was for you to get the lesson, to learn what you actually want and how you really want things to be and where your heart is really at. And sometimes we can't learn that unless we're doing a full-blown launch for an offer and it doesn't work, because that's divine intervention. God, universe, source, spirit coming in hot, being like, let's protect her because she doesn't actually want this. This isn't the aligned choice for her. And if this works, she's going to be stuck in a business that she doesn't even want to be in. So an example is if you're like, I want to make X amount of money, and the way I can see myself doing that right now is to have 15 one-on-one clients. But you are a mom of 3, you're busy as fuck. Like, how the hell are you going to have 15 one-on-one clients? Like, you're going to literally throw your business in the toilet. So you're out there selling those 15 spots and no one's buying, and that's divine intervention. That's potentially the universe coming in to give you some breakthroughs around, is this actually the offer for you? Is this actually what you want to be doing? Or is it what you think you should be doing? What you feel like you should be doing based off what someone else has told you to do, right? There is a difference between running your business the way that you want to and running your business the way that you feel like you have to. And this is also a big part of my work. And so many clients have said this to me, that they love that I never force them to do copy paste strategies and run their business like me. My job is to help you get clarity. When I'm coaching a client, my job is like, I never coach my clients from the angle of like, I am literally the best. I have all the answers and everything I say is going to work 100%. My job is to help you get clarity. And sometimes the clarity comes from hearing my advice and feeling the gut check by being like, it's not actually that, but it's going to be this. I can tell I don't want to do that, but by you having this conversation with me and me realizing that's not what I want to do, I want to do this. Boom, done, clarity. Here we go, off to the races. That's perfect. Let's do it. My job is to help you find your way of doing business. And I will encourage the fuck out of you to find your way to do business, because again, this shit gets to feel good. This shit gets to be easy. You do not have to burn yourself and hustle to the ground to succeed and scale to the million. But if you want it to feel good, if you want things to feel easier, you have to prioritize connection. It's a non-negotiable. You have to be connected. When you're disconnected, you will second guess every decision you make. You will second guess every post you make. You will second guess every conversion event. You will second guess every conversation with a client, whether it be in a sales call or in your DMs. You will second guess what you can and cannot say, what you should and shouldn't say. You will be operating out of such fear of wanting this to work so bad and afraid of what will happen if it doesn't. And that's because you're disconnected from your power and how you want to do business and having the absolute certainty and conviction of what you bring to the table, where you can show up and bring this energy of like, I'm about to change your fucking life. Strap in, bitches. When you can bring that energy forward and you allow yourself to own it and own your desires, own what you want, and own it in your unique voice and not try to manipulate who you are to fit into a box. I've also been saying a lot lately in like my content around proximity. It's like I want to help you design a business that's an extension of you, not a box that you're trying to fit into. My business is an extension of me. This is why I have clients in all different industries. I have clients, obviously, who have online coaching business like me. I have clients who are in the dance industry, who are creative directors and producers, who are actresses, who are real estate agents. I have clients in all different industries, but this business is an extension of me. This business is not a niche down situation, but because I don't feel like I'm a niche down person. I'm multi-passionate and I like talking about different things. And I never wanted to feel like I had to fit into a box to make this business successful. And I just was like, fuck that. Like, no, I've got skills in multiple industries. I'm going to fucking bring it, right? So, and also me being connected to my work and letting that passion lead my business makes everything so much easier. From that connected place, I have shit to say. From that connected place, I have energy that's overflowing. From that connected place, I know what strategy feels fuck yes for me. From that connected place, I can speak to my dream clients in a way that's going to resonate with them and it's going to not sound or look like anyone else on the internet. From that connected place, I can show up online as my unique, bold way that I want to speak and not feeling like, oh, that's not enough, or that needs to be tweaked, or I need to do it like this, otherwise I won't get views, or the algorithm, blah, 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 blah. Like I'm able to trust myself more because I'm connected. And this is what I see with my clients all the time. And I may have shared some of these examples before. I'll share some examples before we wrap up the episode, but one of my favorite examples happened in May. Yeah, it was May actually. I had a VIP day with a client here in Santa Monica, and it was so much fun. It was so amazing. We had the best day ever. But I was like to her, what do you want to work on our VIP day? Like, give me a heads up. What are you feeling? And she was like, messaging, messaging, messaging. And I was like, okay. I already knew where this was going to go because she's in the Extraordinary Mastermind. So I knew her experience, her journey, kind of like what she's been navigating, like the ups and downs. She's growing. She's expanding at a rapid rate. She's not even the same person she was when she started her business and started selling offers. And the messaging is still being in that angle and direction. So I already knew she's outgrown the conversation because she's not the same person who she was anymore. So I was already not going to follow, like, she was like, I want to work on my messaging. And in my head, I was like, we're not going to do that. We're gonna get your messaging locked in, but we're going to get you connected to the upgraded identity. And that version of you is going to work with me on creating your messaging because what you're trying to push now is old. So I can tweak this old ass messaging all day long, but guess what? You're still going to feel disconnected and it's still going to feel just meh. You're just not going to be that excited about it, right? So I can tweak it, but it's a waste of fucking time. So anyway, we went to this beautiful hotel. I love doing my VIP days at hotels, if you haven't noticed. And we were literally just talking and having such a great time. And so many breakthroughs were happening. And by the end, I think we were together for about 4 or 5 hours. By the end, her messaging had upgraded, but so had her full direction of her brand. Her brand had completely changed. The vision had completely changed. The business model had completely changed. The offers were completely different. And the angle and the new conversation were fully a match to the upgraded identity. And from this place, ideas, content ideas, creativity, excuse me, inspiration, that shit was flowing. And it wasn't coming from forcing or pushing messaging through a fucking framework, template, formula situation. It was from genuine connection to where she's at now and the new level of business that she's stepping into. And this is really like, I want to say one of my designs of genius, to be honest, is this connected piece and how life-changing it is running your business from this place, but how much this changes the way that you do business. And I'm so, so excited to work with all the baddies inside Proximity on this and looking at your offers, your branding, your messaging, and your sales strategy from this place of connectedness to the next level life and identity that you're claiming, stepping into, and ready to fucking lead your business in. So, if you would like the details on Proximity, you know where to find me. And if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. I love hearing from you guys. I feel like it's been so long. It's been so long. So I'm so glad we're back. There will be another episode in 2 weeks. I love you all, and I will see you next in 2 weeks. Bye, you guys.